Thank you, Shopify, for sponsoring this video.
I honestly think if you can't fix it, it's going to stay broke.
Oh my word, it's amazing. All I knew is you bought a burnt Triumph.
Yeah.
Did you shoot the cowl and everything?
I made that seat. I'm gonna finish that. You made a Road Glide? I got a confession to make, Craig. And I might have a little bit of work I still have to do to it.
Dude, this thing rips.
It's only coming out of one cylinder?
Yeah, you got oil seeping over here somewhere. You got oil seeping and then fuel coming out.
Is it just coming out of here?
No, this is oil. That's fuel.
Which cylinder was?
The right side is not firing.
Did it stop?
I think we got the fuel leak stopped. My bike's leaking and oozing awesomeness.
It never had awesomeness.
As awesome as a V-Rock could get.
All right.
Go fuel off, turn your fuel off. Go wide open and crank. Clean it out and then turn the fuel on. Of course, Sean's gonna turn this 4-hour ride into an 8-hour ride.
Well, it ain't leaking that bad.
It's only leaking out of the top.
Yeah, let's just keep on rolling.
Yeah, you got your light dangling.
What did you see? Why did you tell me to pull over?
You got something missing.
Oh, that ain't good.
And then I was thinking it was gone, but then when I pulled up next to you.
Oh, it just broke off.
Brock, why'd you mess the bike up, man? Come on.
That's what he gets for passing me.
We should have a scorecard, like a road trip bingo card. Like pieces fall off, check. Oil leak, check.
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
I feel like that's a permanent solution. Let's keep on rolling. Come on, Craig. It made it.
I was getting a little worried about a quarter mile ago.
I don't know how it made it. It was running really bad at the end. Just like really like, it wasn't running unless it was at 4,000 RPMs.
Sounds like you got some work to do, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad my days of that are over. Now it's your problem.
No, Craig. Craig's back.
23,258 miles. I started today with 23,051 miles. So that's not bad. We did 200 miles today. And the only mishap I had is the speaker cover, fell off. And it got run over. So I'm gonna have to do something about that. And the other thing I have to do yet, because I forgot, is I have a bunch of Velcro to hold my saddlebag liners on here. I gotta get that put on. But we got this going on. I mean, I'll be honest, who didn't see that coming? So I'm gonna help these guys, because that can wait. Everything that's gonna fall off has already fallen off. Oh, the other thing is, shoot, I got turn signal wires I gotta fix. Dang it. I just thought of that. That's all easy stuff. I'm gonna help these guys get this thing. It started acting a little funny towards the end of the day. I think we got an air leak, maybe a problem with the fuel delivery and the carb. Idle was kind of really erratic. That's because of the air leak. And then we have a miss on the right side. So we're gonna pull apart some carburetors. Hopefully we find something pretty obvious. I think we already found a leak. I talk about this a lot in my videos, but when you guys pull intakes off or you're getting an old bike running, always replace these O-rings that are in the intake runners because they're always flat and they leak. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna schmutz them up, get a good seal. we make sure our vacuum caps hold a seal. And we're going to check some spark, watch Joe clean some carburetors, and have a hey old time. I can't believe this is actually work. It's kind of like vacation, kind of like work. I mean, they're working. So by default, I'm kind of working. This is what it's like when you go on a bike trip with your buddies. It's always fun. There's always late nights in the garage.
So, okay, so what's going on when it won't run good at low RPMs, but it runs good at high RPMs?
Okay, so instead of talking RPMs, let's talk throttle position.
First quarter.
I mean, it's more like first half.
Okay. Once it's on the needle and on the main, everything's fine.
Yeah, so I think one of the jets in right side carburetor.
I hope it's the right side, because if it's the left side, that still doesn't explain the right side mess.
All right, so we've got some junk in there. There's junk on that needle too. That would cause that.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it from here. See the discoloration on that needle? That's just bad gas, varnish. So you clean that up. What's happening is, this is the needle. This is what's stopping the fuel from coming in the carburetor, and it rides on these little pieces, these little shoulders. And you can see like that one's shiny, that one's dull, that one's dull. So that gets hung up on there, and it's going to cause a fuel leak. So I got to get those cleaned up.
I need a long, straight flathead.
Is that the one?
This is perfect.
See? Tool roll. Coming soon.
Mechanics tool roll is pretty sick. That's his travel tool roll too. That's like.
Right. That looks. I didn't see it when it was on, but that float tab looks bent kind of weird. I'll have to check it when it's on. But that'll need to be cleaned up there a little. He's wearing gloves, so I'm gonna let him do that. Yeah, that needs cleaned. You can blow through it. Oh yeah, see, that's way better already. Yeah, if you shoot some of that through it, you'll be fine. Spritz up that needle good.
Look at this, Craig.
Yeah, it looks like the other one. Thing's running super lean.
That's why I'm getting such good fuel mileage.
Right? You're probably dripping more out the overflow than you're burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the idler, you can't see the tip of the needle there. You can see it here, you can't see it there, so I think it's set on the right side.
I would be more concerned, the uneven running, I'd be more concerned with the carbs being, like, sinking them.
You bring your carb thing sink up there?
I didn't. But if I did, I would have brought my DigiSync. Available on our website. And by website, I mean our Shopify online store. This time last year at the Off-Road Games, we had a merch table set up and we sold a ton of shirts. The problem was we had no way to take credit card payments. It was a mess, to say the least. But this year we were ready. With our merch table all set up and the tap and chip reader in hand, we had the Dans behind the table and we were ready for bike night and the reveal. Like, we pumped several hundred orders through this thing that night and didn't have a single issue. We basically ran our business for a whole week with a cell phone and our tap and chip reader. We had all the merchandise loaded up and with us, so while we were on the road, we could actually print packing slips and drop orders off at the mailbox to get fulfilled while we were out doing this event. It was really simple and easy, and it was enjoyable. And the other thing is Shopify's point of sale app. So that kept track of our inventory and all of our sales while we were doing it on the road, which was really nice because last year after Off-Road Games, I spent probably 5 hours or more sorting through merchandise, counting inventory, straightening out all the sales. It was a mess. This year, I unpacked it from the tote, put it back on our shelves, and in about 15 minutes, I was done. Brick and mortar, online, or on the go, if you want a positive, powerful, yet simple point of sale experience for you and your customers, I can't recommend Shopify enough. Click on the QR code or go to shopify.com/beardedmechanic, get your free trial, and see if Shopify is right for you. Let's see if we can get this bike running better now. Well, I honestly didn't think I was going to be sinking carbs.
Well,
Do you have carbs?
No.
no, he's fueling.
No.
Everyone else is fueling. I should have got
I don't
fuel.
even
I
have-
should have got on fuel injecting the bike.
1 year sooner or newer.
Or just cleaned them like 2 weeks ago, like one or the other.
You're asking too much, Craig.
You could do a really ghetto carb sink where like you can like kind of bench sink them, so get a light in there and just try to fine tune it. The other thing with a quick and dirty carb sink is to get something known like small little bit like this. And stick it in and then stick it in the other one. Like if you have two that are the same and then you can just adjust it till they're both resting. You might be able to just do it by light.
They look pretty close.
They do look pretty close, don't they? So, yeah, if you want to take, like here, these would both be 1/4 inch. Will it fit?
Perfectly on top.
A little cube one?
Yeah.
And then look at your adjustment, and is there any?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay. Close enough to get.
All right, so here's what's going on. We spent all night last night, pretty late, not all night, pretty late working on this bike, getting the carbs all redone, getting the new gasket put on here, solved that problem. The carbs were really dirty and a lot of things were kind of out of place. We fixed that. We come back in today and we go to fire it up. It's clearly running on the right cylinder really well, and it's barely running on the left cylinder, if it's even running at all on the left cylinder. So we got to get it running. What's the plan now, Craig? Isolate whether it's a fuel or electrical problem.
Finish my coffee. Yeah, so I think we're fuel or electrical, obviously. So it's either a spark or fuel. I think next step is let's pull the plug, fire up the bike, have the plug sitting on the head and just watch the spark, see if it's dropping spark. That's, I think, our easiest next step.
Okay.
So you can check two things at once here, because if you put the spark plug close enough to the hole and you're getting spark, if you're also getting fuel, you'll notice it because it'll shoot a little flame. So it's a good way to tell two things at once. Then that leads to a bigger issue. But no, we're just gonna watch here. You're fine on spark.
That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're fine on spark. You either have fuel delivery issue or you somehow have a problem on the cylinder side of things. So maybe you're dropping compression, maybe it's got a stuck valve, maybe it's just the ring, I don't know.
We should be able to isolate this by spraying something flammable inside the intake. And if it starts kicking on, we know we still have a carb problem.
Yeah. Too rich. Joe, can you pull that top back cap quick? Look at this.
That doesn't look good.
No, those are the threads from inside the carburetor. So those threads were pulled. I don't like how much dirt's still in that float bowl. Oh, well, here's a thing. Did you guys get a filter?
No.
What does your tank look like? How bad was your tank?
It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst.
I mean, are we just keeping throwing junk in there? Or? Yeah, we need a fuel filter.
So I'm gonna go get a fuel filter. Craig's gonna clean the carb, rebuild the engine.
Are you going to the parts store? I wonder if they would have like a cheap, like, kind of holding compression tester thing. And do you want to try to maybe just get a set of plugs just for funsies? That way we have them.
Let me know if you think of anything else.
10-4. Why did Joe go? This isn't my deal.
It's a two-person dude.
Well, no, hold on here. Well, everything's taken apart. I guess we just kind of hold tight until they get back. Some supplies. Stuff here all needs clean. Trying to clean it because it's all scummy and dirty, and I screwed up.
So what happened was, Craig was cleaning the carb, and the little rubber needle part on the needle jet fell off. It's kind of one of those things, like, it's hard. You really can't roadside fix that.
No.
You kind of just need that piece. There goes all my hopes and dreams. Also, Here's Dan. Here's Dan, everyone's favorite Dan. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's together, that's together. This here, what can we do to get this together? Super glue. I wonder if we could super glue this. Where can we get super glue? I don't know what to do. Like that just like ruined everything.
So Craig,
Yes.
we got good news and bad news.
Okay.
The bad news is your goal, epic level dream life bucket list is potentially in jeopardy.
Uh-oh. Wait, we saw manatees.
No. The You, Me, and Paul ride. Epic build-off ride.
Well, hold on. I didn't say you had to be there. I just needed Paul to be there.
I didn't say it was in jeopardy because of my bike.
Oh.
Paul's bike's not working.
Are you serious?
The good news is
Paul's bike's not working?
you can fix it.
Oh. Well, Dan, are we going to go shoot a video? Stop screwing around with these knuckleheads?
Not today, tomorrow.
Oh.
That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna.
Dang it, I got to fix my... When do I fix my bike?
You gotta go fix everyone else's.
All right, hold on. Back to
this part.
Have you already left Ocala? We're desperately trying to get a part here.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hey, Dave, it's Craig.
Hi, Craig.
I'm sorry, I thought it was your voicemail. I was waiting for the leave a message part.
No.
Hey, we have a guy that's headed this way. He is up in Ocala.
Wherever you want me to go, I will go.
And this guy, I believe, is going to be on a bike.
Okay.
We just need those guys to work out the timing.
Well, then what you should do is you should do a text message with all of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And I will tell him when I'm Edgewater, and I'll have an ETA. I can give it an ETA of when I will get there.
Yeah. And the worst case is just leave it under a rock somewhere along the road and take a picture of the rock.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
No pressure, but if you don't do this, the entire bike build has been a waste of time. There might have been some sabotage along the way. I don't know. Paul Sr. may have interfered, but I don't know.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
All right. See ya. Bye. All right, Brock, do you want to start a quick group text and then Dave said he'll call him? All right. Let's get to work here.
What'd you break?
I don't know. I would rub through the turn signal wires. So I got to fix that, which means most of my rear end has to come apart. Well, it's no time other than the present.
What you got, Craig?
Oh yeah. Okay, this is gonna work. We've done rubbed the wires raw, so I gotta fix that. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna shorten that stud up so then these wires will clear the tire better. Hey, anybody wanna work a grinder?
Yep. All I do is work a grinder.
Congratulations, you have now officially fabricated more of my bike than I did.
Yes.
Merry birthday. Okay, so that's step one. Step two, we have a razor blade, right?
Yeah. What would you do without me, Craig?
Well, I probably would have been in the hot tub or on the couch at some point on this ride. Now we grind. Okay, for the record, Sean did a nicer job than I did.
Why'd you let him beat you, Craig?
All right, Dan. Compression test. That's pretty good. Almost 180. That's good. We might as well do the other side. The other side's 400 pounds or something. I think we're doing pretty good. So the concern was that in the fire, when everything else melted, including the little plastic ring from the ram mount that we replaced with a little leather piece. Because you can replace everything with leather.
True story.
They don't tell you that in school. Big rubber's trying to keep us down.
That's what they used to call me in college.
Same, very similar. Actually, it's slightly less than the other one. Look good.
Wow, it works.
I hope you got that on camera, Dan.
Yeah, you're doing great things for America, Craig. I got it. Don't worry.
No way. Amazing.
Like come bearing parts.
This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. That little small little envelope is what we really needed.
So you just drove how many hours to bring this to us?
2.5.
Wow.
Hung up over the bridge. Yeah. I thought about jumping in that fast lane, but don't break it.
Get to work.
Well, as soon as I.
Tell you what, we only got 2 shots at this now. First of all, we got to tell you how all this happened. I'm going to say a big thank you to Dave at Bullpen Cycles, who's in Edgewater, Florida, just south of Daytona. He came up clutch and found these for us at a dealer on the east side of the state, did a bunch of driving, a couple hours worth for us, and met up with another guy that brought us these parts, and this is huge. So I'm going to text him a quick confirmation that everything's working here as a courtesy. So anyway, huge thanks to Dave at Bullpen Cycles for everything he's done. Huge thank you to Brad for running these things down. If you get a chance, go check out Bullpen Cycles YouTube. If you like old bikes, especially old Spanish bikes, he's the man. Anyway, let's get this thing together. Oh, fuel filter needs to go on too.
Oh, I can do that.
What do you think the chances were of you coming to Florida and not rebuilding a carburetor?
Honestly, I thought like this trip had like a 98% chance of that. And then I realized Sean had a carbureted motorcycle.
Yeah, even if none of us had carbureted motorcycles, there was still a good chance that you might have to rebuild a carburetor.
I hope one day I end up in the Carburetor Hall of Fame. That's all I gotta say.
I think you have to make the Hall of Fame first. Like, create it and then put yourself in it.
Is that how it worked with baseball?
We'll make the Carburetor Hall of Fame just for you, Craig. And who else goes in there?
McCooney? I'd put Mr. McCooney in there.
Mr. McCooney.
Who else would go in? Mr. Keane? Mr. Sudco? Definitely Mr. Float.
Mr. Jet?
It's Mrs. Jet.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, throttle is all the way closed that way, right? Yeah. So this is my pool.
Inline fuel filter installed. If you have a little tiny piece of a fuel hose, cut both sides in half like this. Throw them at your camera guy.
Oh, throw one at my camera guy.
I did.
Oh, nice.
Nothing. You whiffed.
Pro tip.
So generally when something fights me like this, I think to myself, is there a reason it's fighting me? Like, is it not supposed to go on that one? Does it go on the other one? You know what I mean?
I did this. It's not leaking. We're pretty proud of that. Joe did the carburetor that Craig's rebuilt today. He tried hard though.
What'd you have to do to make it stop leaking? Just tighten it harder?
This guy?
Yeah.
He had to get Joe to make a gasket for him.
Oh.
Well, Joe helped.
He made the entire gasket.
You made the gasket, you put the gasket on?
Sean bought the gasket.
I bought the gasket.
I don't know why these throttle cable adjustments are all willy wonky. They weren't tight or nothing.
Don't they have to be loose for us to take them off?
They were loose when I pulled them off today. So shouldn't they been tight after they were?
Oh, I think maybe we never got to that point where we were tightening them. I think maybe we fired it up and it ran pretty decent and idled pretty well the way it was, but then it was only running on one cylinder intermittently.
Grab a fistful of throttle, see what happens. How's it feel?
It's getting hung up a little bit, but it could be this. There we go.
Fixed.
So Craig, everyone wants to know, big question, what do you prefer? Fuel injection or carburation?
Whew. For what? Like what is it on a street bike? Fuel injection.
You don't like fuel injection on a dirt bike?
I don't have one and I've never ridden one, so I can't say.
All right, so fuel was successfully going from the tank to the carburetors without leaking. That's awesome. Wasn't really our problem. Let's turn the key. We're hoping it runs on both cylinders. It's very intermittent.
It seems like a throttle issue.
So everything that was broken in the carburetor was actually fine. All those things can be like that.
It was not the worst of it.
It was not the worst. Well, just for...
Fire it up, Joe.
Was the stator and like source coil, did that all come together as a unit?
I don't know. Like it's on at the higher RPMs. It kicks on.
So it's like it's still like it's in that pilot circuit, that idle circuit.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Paul, what's up, man?
How you doing, Paul?
How you guys doing,
Good
all right?
to see you.
Got little problems with your bike? I got big problems with my bike.
you had problems with your bike, too?
Yeah, not little problems. It's probably, now that we have this guy here, I got a lot of faith in you. And I had some guys working over here from Harley that are good mechanics, but they don't work on them kind of bikes.
Right.
But you do.
Yeah.
So the pressure's on you, bro.
All right.
It's all on you.
All right.
If this thing's gonna work tonight, it's on you.
Sweet. So what they're saying is when it's running and they put it in gear, it shuts off right away. I think we're gonna go through it, check a couple of the safety switches, see what we can figure out.
Look at this guy.
Hey, I traveled with Sean enough to know I bring tools.
I see that. All right, let's go, brother. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the clock's ticking and everybody will be up on stage but me.
Right.
Tick-tock, Craig, let's go.
Tick-tock.
That's it, Craig. Paul Sr. left. It's just you and me again.
It's like working with Sean.
So you think it's that switch?
Well, we're gonna try clutch switch and kickstand switch. Did you figure out which one of these is the kickstand switch by chance? Nope. We're messing. Okay.
But yeah, the only thing we did electronically to it was we took the speedometer and the head off the tank.
Well,
But I even plugged those back in, they registered, so.
the reason I'm saying it's one of these two switches is because what happened, they break overnight. It's just the weirdest.
Hey, do you need a hand since your assistant left, Craig?
I said it's like working for Sean all over again. Once you start, everybody leaves.
Goes gets an espresso and a massage while you're doing it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I found the kickstand switch here. We're gonna pop that off.
How much has his modifications thrown you off?
No, everything's pretty good. So this started life as the V-Star, and honestly, not much has changed. Everything, it's just kind of some stuff was taken off, but everything should be, pretty straightforward. Like it wouldn't have changed a lot since, working on a normal Yamaha. So
you think this will be a routine fix?
Well, I'd like to think so, but I don't know. All right, let's do it.
Fire it up.
Yep.
It's been a goal of mine to get challenged by Paul Sr. to do a biker build off and then help him finish his bike at the end.
Couldn't have come together any better.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing. I'm helping.
Here, well, help me by starting the bike and let's try this thing again. Clean the bike up. I'm gonna put the kickstand up. Ready? Okay. I didn't fix it yet, Paul.
Here's the way I feel about it, okay? And this is a compliment to you. I honestly think if you can't fix it, it's going to stay broke.
Forever.
You know,
Thank you.
a lot of pressure. So what's your hypothetical theory here now?
Well, I'm
gonna
still
fall off this.
I still think it's in one of these switches. It's like just so immediate, and it was like working one day and then not working. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's only two options, right? The clutch and the kickstand switch.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think it's the clutch. I could be wrong, but I don't see any reason why it would be the clutch when it functioned very well.
This is way more pressure than it was yesterday. Yeah, so we have a neutral switch, side stand switch. Joe, where's the neutral switch on this? Anything up in
Right
here?
here.
Yep. Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. Is there a bullet connector?
It wraps. It goes down behind the transmission.
Give it a little jiggle. Okay, so let's take this connection here. We're gonna pop that off. We're gonna ground this. Let's try this again. Oh, that's interesting. I got some voltage to that switch. Are we in neutral? Can we tell? Yeah. Same here.
That was it.
I think we got it. That was a good test, Paul. You really put
You
us
learned
through it.
something, right? Yeah. So all you need to do is adjust the clutch now and tie that wire in, or what do you got to do?
We're going to keep that wire unplugged, and we're just going to make a jumper wire to ground and call it a day.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm impressed. But I didn't expect less.
We just fixed Paul Sr.'s bike for the bike build-off. That's pretty freaking cool. You look, even Dan's shaking. Looks to me like I just finished up another biker build bike.
I'm gonna rename this to the Craig build off.
They don't know it, but I'm keeping their paperclip.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We found it in the bike fair and square.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. What's your address?
My, you can give me an invoice?
Yeah,
or?
just email it or...
Yeah, you can burn it. No, I appreciate it. I really do.
No, absolutely. Well, here you have it. All the blood, sweat, and tears has led to this. The moment we've been waiting for. It's been a fun but stressful journey, filled with lots of highs, lots of lows, and meeting some great people along the way. I gotta give big thank yous to Keith at V-Rod Baggers, Scott at Fitzgerald Motorsports, Hogworks for sending us a bunch of cool stuff, Western Power Sports, Thundermax Tuners, Renegade Wheels, my buddy Dave who painted this bike, my buddies Shucker and Marshall for all their help and just hanging out with me late nights in the garage, my family for putting up with Cranky Craig, Paul Sr. for putting up with all of us, having some fun, and just being a cool guy in general. And you guys, the fans. Wow, thank you guys for all the support, and thanks to everyone that made it out to the event. It was so good getting to meet you guys and gals.
Are you guys ready to see these motorcycles? Coming in first, the veteran, the TV legend, the icon, Mr. Paul Tuttle Sr. And behind him out of Pennsylvania, the rising star on YouTube. Let's hear it for the bearded mechanic, Craig. And finally, batting cleanup, he's got 2.5 million followers on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, out of Bikes and Beards, here is Sean Kerr.
Yeah! These guys have put in a whole lot of work for this. Their pride is on the line. There's been so much time and money put into this.
This is a chance now for you to come around and take a look at the bikes, look at some of the creative choices. After you get a really good look, make sure that you do your vote, and it's 1 vote per person. And in a little while, we'll reveal the results of this.
Now, even though we didn't get Sean's bike running 100%, we got it across the finish line and on that stage. Now, all that's left to do is see who wins.
Well, we have great news. It's a tie. There's a couple of them that were very, very close, and one that's just etched out a win over here. And I am very excited to announce to you the winner of the first annual bike build-off, the OCC Paul Sr. against Sean from Bikes and Beards and Craig the Bearded Mechanic. Hey, I just want to tell you guys, incredible work. Each of you did some incredible work. All the bikes are very, very different, and that is it's phenomenal. We heard from lots of different people. There were a lot of different people tonight, but we have a winner. Are you ready to hear the winner? The winner of the bike build-off right here tonight was none other than the legendary Paul Sr. He had over 40% of the votes. And these are real votes, man. These guys loved your bike. We also had in second place, you ready for this? In second place was also Paul. In second place, the Bearded Mechanic. By that much. By that much.
You know, it was an honor to be doing this, and I mean, the GOAT wins. Paul's an awesome guy. We got to hang out with him and meet him and eat with him.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy, and I'm glad he won.
Tonight. Yeah, in about half an hour.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out.
Do you want it sideways or do you want it?
And I think that, it started out a little bit rocky in the beginning, but I think that, there's a reason for everything. But these guys are really great guys, and I sincerely mean that.
There we go.
We had a lot of fun building the bikes. Meeting up, and especially today. So,
how you doing?
Thanks again for coming out.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll remember that. Thank you guys everybody for coming out. This was a whole lot of fun.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you everybody for coming. Have fun. Peace out.
But don't forget, after all of this, these bikes are getting auctioned off for charity very soon. So keep an eye out for those details. And if you got your eye on one, keep that hand up in the air.
Yeah, so today was a great day. I think all of us had a good time. I know I did, and even though I won, I certainly expected to win. Overall, it was a great day. We had a lot of fun. I think that, if anything, our relationships grew stronger than they were before, and I think that we definitely gained a friendship, and for me, that's pretty much makes us all a winner.
It's just where we hug.
Oh my God.